Chris Rock's return to form in his latest Netflix special, Selective Outrage, is that what it was called? Yeah, we talked about the Will Smith stuff, but I didn't realize how so super spicy the Meghan Markle stuff was. And, well, given the decent reception I've seen from the original content, I might as well run this back because nothing is more fun than dunking on an entitled white woman. Chris Rock levels Meghan Markle in a racism bit during Netflix special. Let's see who did it better. Let's do a compare and contrast. Who did it better? First up, our first contestant, Chris Rock. Chris Rock saved some of his edgiest material for a famous California couple who live in his live Netflix stand-up special on Saturday. And we're not talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. Yuck. The comic pummeled Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, over accusations of racism in the royal family. Yeah, of course, because the lady who is the color of a half cup of coffee that is mixed with 3 creams and 3 sugars is the darkest person to have ever wandered into the royal palace. I thought we dealt with all of you during the Zulu uprising. Everybody's trying to be a victim, Rock said per Insider. Meghan Markle, she seems like a nice lady, just complaining. I was like, did she hit the light skin lottery and still going on complaining? They're like, yeah, man, she's attractive, but she's on the wrong side of 30. She's already been married before, and she's got the mindset of somebody graduating from UC Berkeley with a gender studies PhD. Holy, she's terrible. The comedian worked in segments to fit into the Selective Outrage title of his show. He questioned Markle's surprise at the bigotry of the monarchy. Yeah, no, it's a pretty established lineage that's down there, and if you are the darkest chip in the cookie, oh, you're going to be singled out. Now, is there anything that's going to be brought about it in today's day and age? Not so much. If we would just run it back and it was 1523, things might be a little bit different, and the verbiage might have been a little bit harsher. It's the royal family, he said, per the New York Post. You didn't Google these motherfuckers? What the fuck is she talking about? She didn't know. They're the original racists. They invented colonialism. Yeah, shout out the British Empire. They were at least the most successful about it. I don't know about inventing it, but it seems good from the phrasing. It is a comedy special, after all. Can't say, actually, they were the third implementers of colonialism. Actually, no. They're the OGs of racism. They're the Sugar Hill Gang of racism. Oh, is it so much racism? Because, English did do a hell of a lot of colonizing in every part of the world. The phrase, the sun doesn't set on the British Empire, is a testament to how successful they were. So it wasn't necessarily all about race, but this is 2023 Chris Rock, not or rather even earlier than that, 1998 Chris Rock. So, hey man, that's like marrying into the Budweiser family and going, they drank a lot. That's funny. Rock explained that some of the shit she went through was not racism. It was just some in-law shit. No, exactly. Markle notably sat down in a 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey that members of the royal family aired concerns about how dark the couple's son's Archie would be. You take a look at her and you take a look at that fucking ginger that we don't even know has actual royal blood in them, but I guess that's another conversation for another time. I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? They're so racist. They wanted to know how brown the baby was going to be. I don't know. I think that's a fairly legitimate question. It's like, well, okay, cool. So you take this one swash that's beige and you take this white sheet of paper. You rub them both together and then you just, end up with French vanilla? I guess that would probably be more of an affront to the British monarchy than anything else, but okay. I wanted to know what color the baby's going to be, Rock said, pretending to cry per people. I'm like, that's not racist, because even black people want to know how brown their baby's gonna be. Shit. We check behind them ears. That's a classic Chris Rock line right there. But it's not all terrible, okay? Like the Sussexes, whatever the hell they want to call themselves. I don't even know why they have those titles at this point in time. But regardless, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't such a hate crime that's out there. At least they have one black guy in their corner, Tyler Perry. Well, it's a bit of a step down when it comes to comedians, but all right. Arrives in Montecito on a $125 million private jet. Yo, Medea is fucking rolling in it. To visit his former lodgers, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. That's the most accurate way to display that couple's names outside of Prince Markle, but whatever. After Sussexes refuse to say if they'll attend King Charles's coronation. Imagine that the one day that your goddamn father, has been looking forward to his entire fucking life, and you couldn't be bothered to turn up. Bitch made behavior. Billionaire film. Tyler Perry's a billionaire. Huh, interesting. Never seen a minute of a Medea film, but totally different worlds, I guess. The Hollywood titan who famously offered several major assets to the royal couple as they settled into their American lives. I think that's a pretty sharp investment strategy. Just saying. Into their lives, was spotted hopping out of his $200,000 Lamborghini Urus. You can get one for much cheaper than that. And into his $125 million private jet in Los Angeles. He got flued out 20 minutes to Santa Barbara, where he and the Sussexes met for about 2 hours before he headed back on his jet. And he's like, why did I deal with this bitch for that long? Now, the luxury private jet was the same one that Perry allowed Meghan and Harry to use before their so-called freedom flight in 2020, when they left their old life in the UK behind to set up a new existence in California. Perry, who reportedly changed into a suit to see Harry and Meghan, traveled with a bodyguard. Yeah, no, of course, just in case Meghan got a little bit too randy. It's like, did you hear what Chris Rock was talking about? She needed to hire her own black guy to go smack him. Okay. Tyler Perry's a little bit larger than Will Smith and, considerably younger, so that might not end up well for him. He was pictured, who cares what the hell he was, pictured in. I just wanted a good roast from this stuff. Well, probably so was Perry with his painted on hair and beard. Like, what the fuck is that, bro? Like, I know some dudes out there are goofy enough to have glue on beards. That's a fucking thing, by the way. But, being the dial-a-darky for the Sussexes, could you imagine, man? That's fucking embarrassing. And, Chris didn't even go that hard on Markle. There is so much material that's there. South Park, when it comes to major media publications, I definitely did it the best. But my personal favorite roast of the Markle-Harry situation, well, comes from our boy Andrew Tate. Shout out to him for one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. And, well, all props due to the big man.
Trust me, I have enough. But I feel compelled to comment on this Meghan and Harry documentary.
Tell him,
why is nobody pointing out the obvious? As usual, Andrew Tate, the man who has to get canceled for saying water is wet, I'm just gonna fucking say it. The basic premise is that Meghan and Harry are innocent and the royal family is guilty and bullying them and picking on them, and that England as a whole has bullied them and picked on them. Exactly. The reason being because they are racist. Why is nobody else saying that Meghan Markle isn't black? She's whiter than me. Not only is she whiter than me, she's whiter than the current Prime Minister of the UK. She's whiter than the Mayor of London. She's not even black. Why is nobody talking about this? The fact she's pulling the race card is absolutely and utterly insulting to every dark-skinned person who has ever genuinely suffered from racism, ever. Yep. If you're sitting there and you're dark-skinned and you suffer from racism, why are you allowing this light-skinned white woman to come along and use
shout out light-skinned white woman
racism as defense for the fact that she's just not a likable person, and nobody likes seeing the Prince of England cock, because that's all that's happened. No one likes seeing the Prince of England be a bitch, and we know it's her fault. It's nothing to do with your skin color. We just don't fucking like you. The only people who are sticking up for her as well are these race-baiting, random liberal black people. Why? She's using the race card and she doesn't even deserve it. No one's fucking racist against her. She was famous. She was fine. She was in suits or whatever, running around doing whatever haram stuff she was doing. There's no racial implication here. Nobody likes her at all. So, as usual, Andrew Tate has the solution.
Exactly. What is that, G?
I officially invite Meghan Markle to cook me chicken, because if she's black, it's gonna taste good. I know. I've been around the block. I'm brown enough to tell. When Meghan Markle cooks me a chicken dinner, I know she doesn't cook shit for Harry. When she cooks me a chicken dinner, I will then confirm if she is black or not, because I have a strong suspicion she's full of shit.
That's my favorite thing that I've ever seen. That is still remains to this day. South Park did a laudable job, but Nothing's going to be better than calling Meghan Markle out and then just trying to check her blackness on how well she can season chicken. That motherfucker is behind bars, mostly for the murder of Meghan Markle. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.